quick, I just want to put out a trigger warning because we are going to be talking about some serious allegations towards the Vlog Squad and things that might be triggering to
sexual assault victims and whatnot.
To some people. So we just want to put that out there before we get into this topic. It's some heavy stuff. So just getting that out there. This girl who didn't even know who David or the Vlog Squad was out of her friend group said that she ended up going into the room with Dom after he had been like, you know, talking to her a lot and like really, you know, kind of being forceful in a way and just like, oh, here, you know, she said that she drank willingly, but also they were implying like, hey, let's drink more. Right. And her friend said the same thing.
Like as soon as you finish a drink, bam, there's another one waiting
like
for
that
you.
type of thing. It's like encouraging you to drink more, knowing that you're going to get them drunk. And so she reached the point of being blackout drunk, went into the room with Dom with another one of her friends. And she said that this is the part where she doesn't really remember fully what happened, but her friend was in the room. So her friend knows what happened and said that she, you know, Dom raped her and took advantage of her, and to the point where she was like going unconscious, like wasn't really aware of anything that was going on. Yeah. And her friend was in the room, saw this happening, and then finished Dom off so that he would stop raping her friend. Yeah. And so that is some serious
gives you full chills.
Full chills. I feel so terrible for these women because
both girls, and also for the friend too, to think that that's like the only way to get this guy to like and stop is also terrifying.
Because now that this article has come out, people are like, the friend didn't stop him, and it's like, well, she did what she thought she had to do, and also. Once again, you are in that
situation
that power dynamic where you are a fan of these people, or maybe the other girl wasn't a fan, but you feel like they said in the article they did not feel like they were in a position to say no to these people. They felt like if they said no, there was going to be an issue, there was going to be a problem, and they didn't feel comfortable, which is. I totally believe them and understand what they're saying when you are in the presence of, oh, this guy's got millions of subscribers, millions of followers. I don't want to let them down.
It's really hard to pass judgment on a situation too that we have never been in. Right. So it's like how I just find it very hard as another woman to be like, well, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't have done that. I don't know that. I've never been in that situation.
You don't know what you're going to be in. So there's people who are like saying, well, why didn't her friend? It's like, what do you mean? You don't know how they felt, how scared they were, how uncomfortable they were, powerless they felt. And so.
And with alcohol involved.
Yeah. Like, and so apparently they, she was passed out. She was blackout. Her friends had to carry her out. Yeah. And David filmed this and made it seem like Dom had a successful threesome and, even filmed him afterwards or, went back and pretended it was afterwards. And the whole thing is really disgusting and gross. Mm-hmm. And obviously I feel so terrible for these women who just, they felt powerless. And so she then consented to the vlog being posted. But then she came to the realization that she had been raped. And she said that she battled with how to deal with this because she didn't really remember what had happened. Mm-hmm. And once again, these YouTubers being afraid to say something. And so she ended up saying something after.
And the guilt, and not the guilt too of knowing something terrible happened to you, but being so afraid because alcohol was involved, thinking people would be like, well, right. Like, how do you know you were drunk? Like,
exactly.
It's terrifying.
Right. Exactly. So then she consented to the video. Months later, it had been eating her alive. She did not want that video up there anymore. Sent a very long message to Dom explaining that she was not comfortable with what happened that night. She doesn't feel, good about what happened. Mm-hmm. She feels like she was taken advantage of, her and her friends, and she wants the video down because it's causing her this trauma where people are seeing her friends are seeing her in this vlog, people on the street are seeing her in this vlog and being like, oh my God, that's so cool you were in this David Dobrik vlog without realizing what actually happened that night.
To such a traumatizing experience.
Exactly. Yeah. So he responded and was like, I respect your wishes. I will take that down. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy that she wrote this entire thing.
I was going to say, the only response I saw was like, it's down. Like nothing else.
He didn't apologize. No apology given to this girl who very clearly was taken advantage of and
disgusting.
It's disgusting and expressed very much so that she felt like she was taken advantage of. So gross on everybody's part who was involved, obviously. So after that article came out, everyone was, David released a video that was 2 minutes long. He put it on his third channel, Views, which is not even his first or his second channel. It shut the comments off and wrote, "Let's talk." And the apology was terrible. It didn't seem genuine at all. It wasn't sincere. He didn't really address any of the issues.
Yeah. It felt like because he has obviously apologized before and put out apology videos in the past, that it seemed like he was like, "Oh, we've done this before. Let's put out the quick video. Let's address it, and then let's hope this all goes away." And it didn't.
It didn't. And so David puts out this video where he seems to be apologizing a lot more, acknowledging the things that were
acknowledging
wrong,
the power dynamic,
and acknowledging the power dynamic, which is really important because
put it on his actual channel.
Yeah, put it on his real channel, which is something
on his actual channel. Thanks.
He finally
left the comments on.
Left the comments on.
And I feel like, listen, here's the thing, and everyone's pointing this out now. He didn't make this apology until brands started dropping him, and he realized, oh shit, things are crumbling fast. And I feel like it took it to hit him so hard for him to realize how wrong he was and how wrong his friends were and how wrong Dom is. And something he mentioned, which I think is now opening up an important conversation just and as a whole, is the fact that he said, in 2018, 2017, girls did come out and say that they were sexually assaulted by Dom. And he continued to put Dom in the videos after, and then continued to make jokes in the vlogs about Dom being this type of person. Yeah. And what he said was like, he couldn't wrap his head around the fact that his childhood friend was this kind of person. Yeah. And so that's the problem, right? Like that's the problem with so many groups of guys and so many people in general is that
it couldn't be my friend.
I know my friend. I grew up with him. Yeah. It's like, well, sometimes the people you grow up with turn out to be really shitty people. Yeah. And I think like it makes sense what he said, right? Like, that's your childhood friend. You didn't want to believe that your childhood friend was a bad person. That could happen, but that's a problem. Yeah. And so I hope now that, I mean, you can't take back the things you did. There's so many things that he did wrong with using the vlog as like you're my friend, do this for my vlog for the shock value. Oh, this is how we get views. This is how we're better than everybody. There's a video of him saying that to one of his friends after he really upset one of his friends, Jonah, whose name is not even Jonah. His name is Nick, and they call him Jonah because he resembled Jonah Hill because he's, on the heavier side. So it's... First of all, I think that Dom needs to be in jail. I think that Dom needs to be in jail. I think that
no one's heard a peep from him.
Nobody's heard. He put out a video, I think, like maybe last week or the week before that.
He still
addressed this, but he addressed
videos like on his own.
Yeah, addressed the Vlog Squad in general and like what Seth and Big Nick had said about David and just being there. But he didn't address this specific allegation, and I think he's such a terrible person, obviously. And I think he deserves to be in jail. And I think he deserves to get what's coming to him. Yeah. But I just don't get why he hasn't said anything. Nobody's heard from him. Right. Jeff put in his video, he reached out to Dom and B was like, call me. And Dom was like, stop. And Jeff basically threatened him and was like, all right, well, I hope the cops get to you before I do because this is an issue. Yeah. So obviously Dom is a piece of fucking shit and just I feel so bad for these women, and I hope that everybody believes them and stands up for them. And I hope that David, in his video, what he said when he said he's going to reach out to them and try to change things going forward, I hope he does do that. And I think this was a big smack in the face to reality for him. Yeah,
I agree, because I think, like I said before, he has gotten away with questionable things, where he is getting canceled and he puts out this semi-apology, waits a week and everything's fine, and it kind of goes away. And it seems like something he thought he could do again and then realized, holy shit, this is a lot more serious than I thought. And at the beginning of the video, he's like, it's 1:45 in the morning. I've been with people all day. This is the first time I've been alone. So clearly he's been in a lot of discussions on what he's supposed to be doing and who he's supposed to be talking to. And this is the video that whether you question its sincerity or not, he made valid points that you hope is something that he continues if he does continue making content where he now can acknowledge that in that world, because of who he is, like he has so much power that he didn't realize, where it's like for him to ask people like from him to be like, hey, be in this video, I want you in this video, to realize that just asking that can influence the person in a bad way, where they're like, yeah, I'll do it, but in their minds being like, oh, I have to say yes because David's asking me directly. He said he wants to set up some kind of HR where there can be somebody to talk to, somebody to organize these things behind the scenes. And you just hope that all of those things do happen. He does realize how serious this all is, and that he actually speaks to these women and hears their story and listens to them. And that something happens to Dom. I hope it's a lesson for everybody and a lot of guys, especially watching, being like, my friend can be wrong. You got to believe these women. There are a lot of times women are written off as like, oh, they're crazy, they're exaggerating, because that's what your guy friend will tell you. But like, your guy friend can be a piece of shit, like we're seeing with Dom here. And I will say, as somebody who watched the vlogs, like watching it is like, the way it's edited and shot and put together, it just seems like a group of friends that are having a good time that you want to be a part of. And it almost makes me feel bad that like I've enjoyed so many of those videos that have hurt people in some way. I'm not saying this one specifically, but I'm saying just like, I feel like you don't realize some of the things that have like gone over your head in a way. And there are absolutely.
I also
that's how he got so big,
right? And that's the thing. It's like, he had 20 plus million views on every video. People liked them, people liked them and I see people being like, oh, I'm happy. I can sleep at night knowing I never watched one single David Dobrik video. It's like,
no, millions of people are watching them.
Exactly. And it's like, you just don't realize it until you're smacked in the face with it. And you realize, wow, this was a lot of fucked up things. So like you said, he said in it, he's going to take a break from social. He doesn't want to step away entirely because this was what he likes to do. This was his job. This was his career. But there needs to be major changes. He needs to, apologize to a lot of people. He's got to right the wrongs that he did and learn from them. And hopefully we see that going forward. But I think it's going to be some time before we see any sort of content from him again.